This is Neil Schneider for MTBS-TV at CES 2017. To my immediate left, you see normally they're at my immediate right, but today it's on my immediate left, Dan Kui, he's Chief Marketing Officer for Emagin. I hope I got that right.
Yes.
And
it's actually Emagin HMD Group.
Oh, Emagin HMD Group. Okay, excuse me. So, tell us about Emagin HMD Group. What do you guys do?
So our group is responsible for basically creating new types of products that will use Emagin's technology and create a new product line for the company.
So you're doing something a little different this year. Normally, I know Emagin is tops when it comes to augmented reality, as I'm sure you're continuing to do.
Micro LED displays.
Okay.
Yeah.
And but this year it's all about seeing in the dark. Maybe you could elaborate a little more about what you're doing.
Yeah, sure. So coming out of the augmented reality world, the virtual reality world, what we realized is that a lot of companies are all fighting for the same space. And so we thought we'd come at it a little differently, and that we'd approach it from an aspect of, from a position where nobody is actually focusing on right now, and then add those types of capabilities into the product. So we pull from the consumer space or the industrial space instead of pushing things into the space.
So I would have never considered night vision. Like when I read about it, I thought, what's the angle here? So why is night vision so important? Why is it so attractive?
Because almost if you look at what's going on in the world, more and more people are trying to take their activities into the night. So every cell phone manufacturer right now, every camera company like GoPro and those guys are trying to get to lower light level cameras. So we're sort of leapfrogging them by putting true night vision out there into the consumer space. And what's happening, especially in the venues like ski areas and the mountain resorts and the adventure parks, zip line, ropes climbing, that sort of thing, all of those folks are trying to move their activities into the night, but they don't have a good way of doing it. So now we can go to a ski area and we can say, oh, your ropes course? Put on our goggles, put on a pair of our goggles, and you can now go rope climbing. Or you want to go snowshoeing and do tours at night? You have an easy way of doing that. Or nature. You want to go out and try to see the animals and not disturb them with flashlights? And so if you look in the marketplace, it's actually quite huge. I mean, you have 54 million skiers out there. You have most people don't realize you have 5 million bicycle riders riding down mountaintops at night with flashlights on their heads. You got 14 million registered boaters out there that want to take their boats and go out on the water. So the market is quite huge.
Now, you mentioned other solutions that are pursuing night vision capabilities. How do you differentiate your work? What is there a fundamental difference in what you're doing versus what the other solutions are doing?
Sure. Most of the other people are doing thermal. So when you hear about night vision, most of what you are seeing in today's marketplace is a thermal imaging. So it actually looks at heat, and that's where you see the color schemes and you see the blurriness around the images that you're looking at. We work in an entirely different spectrum. We work in near IR, and what that allows us to do is have night vision, but with very, very good detail resolution. We have 720p capability in our product, so someone can, when I point the camera at you and I look at you, I can make out every feature on your face, and it's not like that thermal image where you have the blur.
Okay, good stuff. Now you have two distinct products that I'm seeing here. So why don't we talk about each one? If you could raise this to the camera.
Yes.
So what have we got here?
So we made two different products. The products are meant for doing two different scenarios, use models at a resort or whatever activity you're doing. One is sort of a spectator, a fan base sort of product where you use your cell phone as the smart device. You plug your cell phone into the camera, and then you can stream and point at all the different things that are going on around you in the dark and let your friends share that. The other product was meant to be a participant where I'm doing the bike riding or I'm snowshoeing, and you can put on a pair of goggles, and they lift up if you want to see where you're walking, but you put on a pair of goggles and now you can participate without using a flashlight and disturbing animal life all around you, that sort of thing. The unique thing that we did, we have Emagin micro OLED displays in here, and we built the circuitry so we have almost zero latency. I mean, our latency is in the microseconds. So when you put this on and move your head like this, you will have no delay in the video whatsoever.
Okay, very good. Well, why don't we go back to the camera first? So if you could hold that up. So you mentioned that you plug a smartphone in there. Which smartphones is it compatible with?
Right now it's compatible with Android devices, micro USB and C-type connectors. And we're also coming out with an Apple device, but we have to wait for Apple to give us all final approvals.
And I take it this is a social media device as well. Can you elaborate?
Yes. So what we've done is we realized that just giving somebody something to take video with is not so great. Most people want to share it. So built into this app is a global app that allows people to share and stream their videos live on the night activities that they're doing. It allows people to see what you're doing. It allows them to comment via text messaging to the screen, and you can talk right back to them and tell them what you're doing. Like, we're in Las Vegas with Neil and we're having a good time, right? So it's very much a social type of application with the night vision camera. Now, interesting enough is that we've also had a lot of law enforcement people coming by, because this camera gives them a lot of capability that they don't have today. So they're actually talking to us now about using that app, but on a private server just in the police force, where they can see every law enforcement officer on a map and watch the streams and comment and see what's going on.
How much footage could be recorded with this?
Basically as much footage as your cell phone will hold if you want to record your cell phone. And then it goes to the cloud as well, so the cloud has unlimited capability.
Okay, good stuff. So, and remind me, what's this camera called?
This one's called the Blaze Spark.
Okay, the Blaze Spark. So let's take a look at the goggles now.
And this is called the Blaze Torch.
Okay, but we don't burn it, do we?
We don't burn it. We just burn through the night.
Okay, very good. So now there isn't a smartphone attached to this. What can you tell us about how it stores footage and its specifications?
This one has a micro SD card, takes up to 128 gigabytes card, and records 720p video to it. So you would either plug in the USB port or take the micro card out and then upload or do whatever you want with it at this time. So first, I want you to look in there and see what you see. Look in the hole. No, just look in the hole. What do you see?
I don't know if you're legally allowed to have this in here. Are you allowed to put stuff like this in here, even in Vegas?
Is she moving around?
No, that's what has me worried.
Not anymore.
All right, so no, I don't see anything, honestly.
Okay, all right, so now, let me come behind you here. And there's our boxes down below.
Okay, good.
Okay.
All right, good stuff. I tried it out. Very impressive. Very crystal clear. I saw what you had behind the curtain.
Yeah.
Because when you actually look at that curtain, there's nothing. It's completely pitch black.
So what did I have behind the curtain here in Las Vegas?
We don't want to talk about that.
Okay.
We don't want to talk about that. It'll be our secret. So it's been a pleasure, Dan.
Thank you very much, Neil. Good seeing you again.
This is Neil Schneider for MTBS-TV at CES 2017. We will, of course, be back with more.